Snatch back your brain, zombie. Snatch it back and hold it.
What's going on, LoTeks? It's me, Mr. E, back again with another video, another short form video. I really do hope you guys like these because I'm enjoying making these. I can get them out a lot faster. So today's a little different of an episode. Normally when I'm on here, I'm talking about an MLM, right? Obviously, most of my stuff is anti-MLM content and stuff like that. But I thought, well, I didn't really think about it. I kind of thought about it afterwards, but I was doing some research trying to find some news stories and stuff that are going on. And I noticed a trend recently. And when I say recently, I don't mean like today or yesterday. I've noticed this over the past several months. And even when I was prepping to do this channel, I noticed this. I figured, this is a little strange, but I'll look into it a little bit later. Never thought too much about it. Well, apparently I should have paid more attention to it, and it's not end of the world, but it is something that you need to be a little bit cautious whenever you see it. So if you notice the title of this video, it says Dubai, where MLMs go to die, or do they? And the reason I say or do they is because Dubai has, first let's start. Dubai is a city within United Arab Emirates, which for the remainder of this video, I will be referring to as the UAE, just to make it a little easier. They have extradition treaties for, judicial co-cooperation, I think is what it's specifically referred to, with about 9 Arab nations and then a handful of other nations outside of those 9 Arab nations. And that means that if you're a criminal, not like a murderer, well, I don't really know that for certain. It could be a murderer. But for the context of this video, we'll say you're a Ponzi scheme operator / MLM person. And you're like, man, government here is really coming down on me. I need to, cut and run. I need to get out of Dodge. You're more than likely going to fly yourself and set up house over in Dubai. And if you're not familiar with Dubai, or you're like, okay, I've heard that, but what is it? Have you ever heard of the Palm Islands? Basically, the UAE and the government of Dubai decided that they were going to create their own islands. So they made these really cool Palm Islands off their coast, completely decimating the coral reef that was there, but, whatever. Now, yes, they are in the middle of a desert, but they can't actually use the desert sand to build these islands because I think it's too large. The granules are too large. So what it does, it's got these giant boats that dig it up from the ocean floor, decimating marine life. So while I'm not here to judge that whole aspect of that city, it's something to look into. Dubai has a reputation of being a wealthy person's playground. Like a oasis in the middle of a desert. It's got you've probably seen stories that the police of Dubai have supercars, and that's true. They've got supercars that are their squad cars. Not all of them, obviously, but they do have some for, publicity and stuff. And as long as you don't look too deep, Dubai seems like a paradise. But the closer you look, you notice the neo-feudalism, if I can use that term, of that area. That is just insane. But all that aside, it's really hard to get extradited. Extradited? Governments can't really file extradition against you. So, they can, but if you're bringing in a lot of money, it's been rumored that the royal families or the governments will help you conceal that and will likely not send you away. Now, that being said, the UAE has extremely strict policies in regards to direct selling and MLMs when it comes to their citizens. And it's really quite a feat to be able to operate a legitimate MLM in Dubai. But, outside of Dubai, it's a whole nother story. So I say this because if you see somebody fleeing to Dubai, if you see somebody that has changed up their whole mindset or the headquarters now here or housing live events are going to be in Dubai. It's likely a scam in the MLM and Ponzi scheme and stuff like that, like MLM sphere. And you see a lot of cryptocurrency people heading that way. You saw a lot of it in 2021 because Dubai never truly closed their borders during the whole human malware global event. They simply just let things happen. So events were able to pop off left and right over there. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So yeah, I'm going to put links to the two sources that I mainly use to make this video down below. One is a link to the clear defined legal, like the laws regarding MLMs in Dubai and the UAE. Another one is an article that I found from Behind MLM, which I've said it before. If you're not reading MLM or Behind MLM articles, then you're missing out on a lot of good stuff. Yeah, now the article I'm going to link is from July, but it's still pretty relevant as it is right now. One thing to remember, while you see a lot of these scammers running to Dubai to house and operate their scam on the rest of the world, it's not probably something that's going to be forever, because the UAE doesn't want their place to be considered a safe haven for criminals. They don't want it to be like a Tortuga or something like that. So it's likely going to change, but as of right now, it's not. So just keep an eye out. If you come across an MLM or you're being approached to join an MLM, or you're looking at some sort of investment MLM or trading MLM or something of that nature, and it says their headquarters are in Dubai, or their CEO or their head person or a good majority of their top people work out of Dubai, or they house events in Dubai, go over it with an extra fine tooth, right? So it's likely a scam. Anyway, these companies, these people, I say this all the time, they try to flatline you. Don't let them flatline you. Don't let them get you. Stay aware, stay educated, and yeah. I'll see you guys later.
Snatch back your brain, zombie. Snatch it back and hold it.